No pressure. So, when I was young, I loved cars and movies. Whether it was just to look at them like Back to the Future or chase scenes like Gone in 60 Seconds and The Italian Job. On Saturdays, I'd go and visit my dad. And he'd take me to this place. He lived in Inglewood, which is redneck, but kind of beach redneck. And they had a place called Pelican Pete's Playland, which is kind of redneck sounding thing. But they had go-karts there. They had batting cages. They had an arcade. So if I wasn't allowed to ride the go-karts, I'd be in the arcade riding in the best virtualization of a go-kart, which was a racing game. And after a while, I got too big for the go-karts at Pelican Pete's. But this is a redneck town, and rednecks like their toys. And my dad had friends, and they had toys. And on Saturdays, I'd say, can we go to Pelican Pete's, Dad? He'd say, no, I'm not taking you there. It's too much money. Can we go to Don's house? Don lived on enough land to where you couldn't see the end of it. It was surrounded by a fence that had an electric wire on it, which I never learned how to climb without getting a little shock. But he had everything from dirt bikes to ATVs to a horse, which wasn't a toy, and he had a go-kart. And this go-kart didn't have a governor on it like the ones at Pelican Pete's. So we went out one Saturday, and I said, Don, can I drive the go-kart? He said, all right, but you have to be careful. I said, I'll be careful, thinking the go-kart automatically has its own speed limit. But this go-kart wasn't governed. He put me in it, this rusty red skeleton of a car, put a helmet on me that smelt like someone else's sweat. And he pulled the rip cord in the back, or the starter cord, which is the Big Boys Toys version of a pull string. And then he said, you're off. And Don's driveway itself was a 1/4 mile long. So I'd go to the end of the driveway, then to the end of the street, and there was a cul-de-sac. And every time I'd go out to the cul-de-sac, I'd see, how much faster can I take the turn? So I'd go down, and then I'd stop along the way, say hi to one of Don's kids, and it was kind of cool because I'd have to yell over the sound of my motor. And I'd say, I'll see you later. I gotta go down to the end of the street, like I had someplace to be. And I kept taking this cul-de-sac faster and faster. And there was gravel on this cul-de-sac. And remember, this is a redneck car. There are no seat belts in it either. And I kept taking this turn faster and faster till the gravel and the wheels let go. The car went flying off the road, but luckily there was a fire hydrant there to catch me. The fire hydrant had the strength of Grecian antiquity. It didn't move. I hit it, and I didn't have a seatbelt on. I had a helmet, but that basically the only thing keeping me from flying off the car was the steering column. And with a turn of fate or a turn of hip, I saved my masculinity. But the color purple on my thigh after that, let's just say even though my first car, when I was 13, 2 years after this, was one of those cars in the movies that I drooled over, which was a DeLorean, I never drove like there was a car that should not have a governor after that. I kind of learned my lesson. Thank you.